All right, so I see there's all right, since there are 20 plus of you here already, let's just get the tutorial done with. So El Alam, your hand is still raised. Still getting more of you to join in. So morning, everyone. I see a long list of everyone saying good morning. All right, I guess some of you are still on the way to get in. I will just start it off first, yeah? This is your first question. So the last topic we covered right before you went for your class test was power and energy resources. So to me, this is actually one of the more straightforward topics. It's just in terms of for you to then explore and to see what different types of energy resources do we actually have, as well as looking at how technology is leveraging off different types of resources, energy resources that we have today. Right, a few more of you to go. Hopefully there's some of you who are still getting in. If in case, let me just copy this. I'll leave the timer running, yeah? Since there's only 2 more of you to go. Okay. All right. So light is not an example of thermal energy per se. Thermal energy is separate, yeah? Of course, then sunlight, for example, the sun can actually be a source of both light and thermal energy. But in this case, it's asking about the light. All right. So that is what we refer to as a radiant energy. So interestingly, 8 of you got that correct. Move on to the next question. What type of energy do we use to cook food? Straightforward one as well. 25 of you are in. And there are 27 of you in the Teams call, yeah? So hopefully the remaining 2 can get in. So this is also quite straightforward, right? So evidently this is where thermal energy comes into the picture. Next question. What is mechanical energy? What is mechanical energy? All right, just some time. All right, so the more obvious answer from the list of it that you see is of course referring to all potential and kinetic energy in the system, right? So it's a combination of both in terms of the type of energy. Next question. Energy cannot be. This used to be a very popular exam question, but I can safely tell you that this is not going to be in your exam because it has come up in the exam too many times now. And it's quite a straightforward definition of energy, even the one that you find in your slides as well. Last one, Sing Fong. All right. So as the introduction to energy is always as such is whereby is to understand that energy can only be transformed or to be converted, right? One thing that cannot be done is that you cannot make it or you cannot destroy it. It's either being converted from one form to the other. Yeah. Next question. So the three most popular resources under fossil fuels would be all right. Looks like most of you got this right. All right. So it's crude oil, natural gas, as well as coal. Still, until today, one of the it still makes up easily about 80% of the energy consumption we have around the world. Which of the following is a non-renewable energy source? Okay. So evidently from the answer you've gotten in the previous question, this should be quite straightforward. So it's then referring to coal and natural gas. I'm assuming for those of you who chose solar and wind energy is either a misclick, right? As you would know, these two are definitely renewable energy sources, yeah? So most of the power in the world is produced by, which I have probably just revealed. But looking into a particular area here. All right, so evidently the three that I've just highlighted earlier, which are all under your fossil fuels, that will make up most of the power being produced in the world today. Next Next question. All right. So I think the two main areas that is being looked at is definitely the main problems that comes with fossil fuels causing pollution, limited amount of oil and coal. Yeah. So of course, radioactive waste is then referring to nuclear. People don't think it's safe is also still referring to nuclear overall. Yeah. So a good majority there. Next question. All right. Nuclear power is another option, but many people think it's not safe, produces radioactive waste, right? So it's just the opposite. The remaining answers that you saw from earlier. Yeah. 10 of you mentioned about causing pollution. So this is not necessarily so, right? Because then if your pollution is related to radioactive waste, then that is the focus basically here. Because pollution is not accurate enough. Yeah, it's just a generic term. Mainly, how many types of energy are there? I'm hoping everyone get this correct because the answer is in the picture. Which has just reminded me, interestingly, not many of you got all of your multiple choice questions correct for your test. Yeah. Kinetic and potential energy. So those are the main ones there. Again, there's 7 of you who said there's a lot of energy. So that answer was meant to be a joke, but looks like the joke's on you for those of you who chose it. Last but not least, the last question. When light bounces off a smooth, shiny surface, what process has occurred? So I think this is also, again, a bit of a general knowledge in relation to resources and energy. Refraction, reflection, transmission, photosynthesis. So most of the time when something doesn't sound right and sounds very wrong, will most probably be wrong. All right, so it's reflection, not refraction. Yeah, so this is then speaking about looking at how light is being transferred and how light travels overall. Yeah. Okay, awesome. That's it. So because the topic is quite straightforward, if you remember right before the break as well, right before the year-end break, I covered in relation to the topic within the first hour before your test itself. Yeah. So Craig, Wei Huan, and Man Heng. Okay, we've gone through that. This is done. All right, I just wanted to open up for questions if in case there's any questions in relation to alternatives for this week that you're submitting. Yeah. Of course, this was already being briefed to you the week before your break started, which is in December, and the submission is basically by this Sunday in relation to alternatives. So I just wanted to get if there are any questions in relation to that topic. I normally will just ask this, but it depends on whether you have started work. I know some groups of students who I've spoken to who really took the 2 weeks break and did not do anything at all and is just starting to look into this task this week that everyone is back. But there are some of you who I know who has been ongoingly doing it as well. So my hats off to you definitely for still maintaining and completing your task and to get things done earlier as well, because it's better for everyone. Yeah. So if you go into assignments under your teams, you will then find that the next submission is due 16 January, which is this Sunday. Yeah, for alternatives. Just a quick reminder in case some of you have lost track of time as we go. So any questions? So if it's quiet, my only assumption is that there are two. One is that you haven't started work at all. Number two is that you have already found an alternative to your technology, right? And you are able to explain that particular alternative. Don't forget, yeah. So point number 4 here is quite important, right? Because then what you select as your alternative will then need to be compared to your own technology. So when you put them side by side and you have certain characteristics that you're comparing them together, it makes it clearer in terms of how does one technology perform over the other. How similar it is will show that it is a good alternative. Aspects which are different will show what requires improvements, right, on either side. So point number 4 will definitely make up a big bulk of the information that is crucial within this particular weekly task. Yeah, the rest are all quite straightforward, right? So what are the alternatives? Can there within your technology, are you going to replace your raw materials? Some of you may consider that, right? Some of you may not. Are there any replacements of the final product? I'm assuming most of you will definitely fall more and go more into the last 2 points, which is as in terms of your final product or service, can you identify an alternative? Now, remember, when you're identifying an alternative, it is important to find something that is not too different either, right? Because if you're finding an alternative which is very different, then the whole idea would be how is this really considered an alternative, right? But I do understand that you will be able to find that there are differences. Those are totally fine. And I think I highlighted this then as well to say that it is okay for you to identify alternatives which are better than your technology. It's totally fine. It doesn't show that there is a weakness and you have chosen the wrong technology or the wrong company to research into. There's no such thing. Yeah, so it's totally fine for you to identify an alternative which can be better than your own company and technology. Yeah. All right, so I think Sardar represents everyone to say all good, everything is fine. So we shall proceed. So next week, your next weekly task starts today. All right, and I think this is the one that some of you has been going into from the previous weekly tasks. I've noticed that there's some of you who has gone into these areas as well. So for those information that you have put aside earlier, now you know that it can be used here. So what you're going to do is you're going to evaluate what is the effect of your technology, right? The particular effect of your technology. Now, technology can have an effect on these following areas. We are covering this in your lecture on Thursday, right? But before that, now until Thursday, you can easily just look through and run through the materials and into the lecture slides for you to then see what aspects and what areas do they go into whenever you look at technology's effect on commerce, on social, on environment, on health, sociological, physical, psychological, right? There's many different areas of that as well. The rate of change, how does it affect education, different institutions and companies, and so on. Yeah. So there's many different areas to look into. A quick question, probably I can just ask. Lombe, are you there? I'm taking that as a no. Oh, and then a chat comes in. Yeah, I would appreciate if your microphone can be on instead. Do I wait? Do I not wait?
Hello?
Yes. All right. I can hear you. I can hear myself actually. Interestingly, I think your speaker is set up to be separate from your laptop.
Sorry,
So
sir, I'm using two devices.
now I can't hear you. Sorry.
Hello?
Okay. Yes. All right. So my question to you is, do you need to cover all these different areas of what your technology has an effect on? Do you have to cover all these that is being highlighted on the screen now?
So I can hear you.
So my question is that for your weekly tasks in your assignment, do you have to cover all of these that you see here?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Was that a yes or no?
No, I have my own part I'm supposed to do.
You have your own part that you're supposed to do. I'm asking you as I'm asking you as part of you representing the group. The question is that for this weekly task, do you think that you have to cover all these areas being highlighted here?
Yes, sir.
The answer is yes. Okay, all right, moving on. Thank you. Sutesh, are you there?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, same question.
I don't think so. You just have to focus on whatever is related to um our group's topic.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Samuel, what about you?
Same as Ritesh, I don't think so, because not all technology have effect on each of them. So we
Okay.
only take the one that does.
Yes, awesome. Thank you. All right. So Lombe, I hope you're hearing what the other two classmates of yours has mentioned as well. So you're not supposed to cover all of them. Yeah. You need to then identify which are the ones that will be relevant to your technology. Right. There are some here I'm very sure everyone can easily do. Right. Your technology effect on commerce, your technology's effect on social, on community, on people in general. So that I think is easily covered by everyone. But the rest of it here, you might want to look into it a bit further to see if they are relevant is one thing, significant is the other thing. If the effect is significant, you want to cover that. Some of it here you can still cover, but if you notice the effect is not very significant, it's a very far-fetched idea, or it's a very insignificant type of effect. My suggestion is you abandon those, right? Don't waste time on those. Focus and go in depth more into areas that you know you can feature your technology's effect on those areas. Yeah. So you do not need to cover all. Identify the ones that would be relevant to you. Both, you must then, after that, of course, you must also cover both positive and negative effects. Yeah, you must look into both areas. Yeah, both positive as well as negative effect. So I've had a question from a student before to then say that, all right, so if you're looking at the environment, for example, your group has chosen the environment to look at your technology's effect on the environment. Do you have to cover both positive and negative? Right? So the answer is yes. Yeah. So that is why I was highlighting earlier is that you may want to see both aspects of it towards a particular area. Now, if if you look into a specific category here and you find out that there is only one without the other, you are allowed to move on with that as well, right? I'm always suggesting to do both. I'm always suggesting to find out if you can see both areas of it, to look at positive as well as negative effect, right? But I do understand that there can be certain areas that it can basically only have one of it, like it will only lean towards a negative effect instead. So those I do get as well. So then you will only focus on the negative effect. When you are explaining this in your weekly tasks or in your assignment in total anyway, you will need to specify whether your explanation is a positive effect or a negative effect. And if it is positive, what positive effect is it? If it's negative, what negative effect is it? Yeah, so you need to specify that clearly, that this is what you are basically discussing about. So that's quite straightforward. Identify an area, identify both positive and negative effects if possible. Otherwise, one of them alone is allowed as well, not an issue there. And last but not least, find the latest discovery or invention or usage of the technology or any current issues related to the effect of the technology. So what does this mean is that the keyword in this whole point here is this. Yeah, the keyword in the whole point here is actually this, latest. And when we say latest, you will want to find information as recent as 1, if not 2 years ago. 2 years is the maximum you should go. Yeah, within the last year is what I will suggest for you to find. I'm quite sure all of you have used it before. If you just do a simple Google search, and let's say electric vehicles, right? And if you go to tools and if you click, there's time, you can go into the past year, or obviously you can even go into the range, customized range in particular. Yeah. So if you notice, once I go into this, whatever information that you have searched for, that you're searching for now, will be limited to things that is only being seen in the past year. So as a group, all of you will need to do this search and identify what are the latest discoveries and findings. Are there any issues highlighted? Is there a new discovery and improvement highlighted? Yeah, so that's why you will notice that that is being highlighted here. Discovery or invention or usage, a different usage of the technology. Are there any current issues instead? Yeah. So when you're looking for this, you have to remember that you are reading through as you go to then see which one fits. I've noticed a group of students last semester whereby they take this too literally. Yeah. When I say they take this too literally, is that what they ended up doing is that they divided among their team members. Okay, you do discovery, you do invention, you do usage, and one of you do issues. Yeah. When they ended up finding out the information, they realized that it's a lot of it which is basically overlapping. Yeah. So you do not need to be literal with this. I have highlighted this before as well. These are all meant to be a guide, right? You do not need to go through every single point here and so on, but it's more about identifying. It's more about identifying what are the areas that you can see, which is the latest news about your specific technology. Yeah, it's identifying what the latest news are. So that's it. So when you find something, you can screenshot it, you can share a URL to it. Of course, those will become your references as well. But the whole idea is to find out what are the latest discoveries about your technology. Okay, and that's basically it, right? So that is for week 8. As you can see, we're almost towards the end. You only have 2 more weeks of weekly tasks to go. And this will take effect today, and your submission will be by next Sunday, all right? Okay, then. All right. So I see 2 things in the chat that has come up. Tina is asking, I have a question about week 7. Could you highlight more about question 1B and 2A? 1B and 2A. Oh, wow. Wait. 1B and 2A. All right. So can there be any replacements? So as you can see here, raw material and final product that I've listed here is point number 2 and number 3, basically. Yeah. Can there be any replacements? Because when you're looking at an alternative or replacement to your technology per se, your replacement can come from both ends, from the input side of it or from the output side of it. Raw material, for example, yeah. Raw material is a simple one. Let's take your mobile phones, for example. Yeah. The raw materials that make up your mobile phones can be many. If your selected technology is, let's say, an iPhone is mostly made out of metal and aluminium, right? Can you find a different raw material to make an iPhone as an alternative to your technology? Right? And when you search online, you'll realize that you can find an alternative. Not all phones uses metal and aluminium, right? So raw material is then looking at the input of it to change it from the raw material side of it. Final product, on the other hand, is looking at the end of it. Overall, as a final product, are there any alternative or not? So you're not going down to the raw material anymore. You're just looking at the final product as it is, right? And if you're talking about an iPhone again, you can basically identify so many other brands of mobile phones and smartphone companies and to say that they are also your alternative. But are they all an alternative to iPhone? When you do a bit more research, you will find out that not all companies are competing on the same level, right? Some companies are competing on a different level because they have different types of specifications of their mobile phones, right? A related example, in Malaysia, for example, if you're comparing airlines, AirAsia and Malaysia Airlines, right? They are not directly a competitor to each other. Why? Because AirAsia is then a low-cost flight. Malaysia Airlines is then our national airlines who is not focused on low-cost flights. So the service that they provide is different, right? So in terms of these two, you'll realize that it is not necessarily a very compatible alternative to each other because what they are providing is essentially different. So same thing goes like iPhone, right? You cannot take iPhone and suddenly compare to a basic Nokia phone and to say that, well, Nokia phone is an alternative as well. But when you really look into it, you realize that as a final product, it's not really a good alternative, right? People who uses an iPhone has a certain expectation to it. There are certain specifications and functionalities that come with it. Can you go down to a simple Nokia with the number keypad on it and to make it as an alternative? Then you realize that, yeah, this doesn't sound like a very good alternative. But if you find other companies with their flagship models like Samsung or Huawei who comes up with higher end mobile phones, then you can make a comparison. Then it's a more of what I call a fair comparison. So when you find Samsung or Huawei as an alternative, that is considered you are replacing the final product. You are proposing that that can be a very good alternative to your current technology. Yeah. So I'm just using smartphone as an example. Yeah. All right. So I hope that answers your question, Tina. And then Saad says, can you share the marks of the test that we had done on 23rd December 2021? Yeah, I have. I'm still going through it as well. I'm still marking. I haven't finished marking yet. But the multiple choice is something I could share with you because that doesn't require me to mark. The system identifies it, immediately knows what your answers are. I'm still going through a lot of your essay answers. Yeah. I was a bit surprised that a lot of you finished in 40 minutes. Yeah, that's one thing that I saw. Most of you submitted in 40 minutes or in about 35 minutes, or there's only probably a small percentage that submitted after 50 minutes or closer to an hour. But anyway, that does show tell me that well, the exam wasn't too difficult overall. But I hope as I finish going through your essays, I am hoping to find that you have spent enough time looking into how you would answer that. Yeah. There's a lot of similar answers across as well. So that's another interesting point that at this point that I'm finding out. But anyway, so yes, I'm hoping to share that with you maybe by next week, right? Most probably, yeah, is by next week or the week after, before everyone goes on a 1 week break of the Chinese New Year break. Yeah, so you will basically get to know your results then. All right, thank you, Saad, for responding. I did not hear from Tina. So Tina, is that clarified, or do you need any other clarifications? So yeah, those are the two questions that's coming in. All right, okay. So this is done. Our comparison is basic. Our weekly task is basically done. I just wanted to cover a few of the Two Truths and a Dream, and I hope some of you are here. I will just move on to the next line. So I'm hoping to do 3 of you today, at least. There's Vian, Sutej, and also Yuan Ming or Nathan on as the name is shown here. All right. Out of the 3 of you, anyone wants to go first? So as usual, cameras on, microphone on, and a quick intro to yourself. That's it. No volunteers?
I think I can go first, sir.
Okay, awesome. All right, so yeah, just introduce yourself. I can see you, your camera is on, and quickly run through your 3 statements.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Sutej Ranjana Sunathan. You can call me Sutej. I'm 18, turning 19 this year. And yeah, the first statement is I've represented my state in squash tournaments. The second statement is I'm a car guy and I love working on cars. And I'm good at cooking. So yeah, guess which one is.
Okay, all right. So one of those statements doesn't sound very convincing. I'm not sure if anyone would pick that up, but so everyone can start voting on 1, 2, and 3. Which one do you think is Sutej's dream and something that he wishes to do? Yeah, all right. Okay, Sutej, where are you from? Huh?
Oh, I'm from PJ.
From PJ.
Yeah.
Born and grew up in PJ?
I was born in Kuantan, Pahang, but I lived my whole life in PJ Selangor.
Pretty much in PJ. I
Yeah.
see. Okay, all right. So I see 16 of you have voted. Thank you for those of you who participated. So a lot of you are on the same page with me as well. When Sutej was saying that he's good at cooking, it doesn't sound very confident. So I'm not sure if this is which one is the dream or wish, Sutej?
The last one. I'm good at cooking. I'm not good at it.
You are not?
Yeah, I'm not good at it. So
How
I
do you
wish
know? How do you find that out?
because I don't cook much and I can cook a few dishes like sambal, frying an egg. Yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
all right. I mean, sambal is still good. I know people who can't even who don't even know how to cook rice or fry an egg and so on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you for your first statement, what was that about?
Oh, I actually am a squash player. I represent Selangor in tournaments and all that. I've been playing since I was 10 years old, so it's been 8 years. But
Wow.
since COVID started, I haven't been playing much because there was no training going on, and I was having SPM that year, so I just reduced playing. Yeah,
So does that mean you're not representing the state anymore?
I'm not really that active anymore. Yeah,
I see. Do you intend to be?
maybe I'm actually thinking about it again. I want to go for training. Start training again. Yeah.
I see. Okay, all right, interesting. Second statement.
Oh, okay. So I like learning about cars, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos and try to do certain things on my mom's car, and yeah.
That doesn't sound very successful. Is it? Does it sound successful?
I mean, it's because cars are expensive, right? I can't do much of
Okay.
things yet. I need to start working for that, but I do learn a lot of stuff by watching YouTube videos, and whatever is cheap, I buy and just fix it on my mom's car.
So that's your lab rat. That's your guinea pig for you to
Yeah.
so on. What car is it, by the way?
Oh, it's just a normal Proton Saga in the house. Ishara, the old and the first model.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah.
What's your ultimate favorite car?
Actually, I'm more into old cars, especially Nissan cars like Nissan Datsun 240Z, R32, all the Skylines.
Is that the initial D car?
No, that is the AE86.
Oh,
The initially
okay.
was an AE86, Toyota AE86, and that's that's a good car as well.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Sutej.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. So Nathan, Yuan Ming, or Vian?
I think I can go first. I'm Yeming.
Yes, I can hear you. I don't see you yet though.
Okay, hi sir. Can you see me now?
Okay, now I can see you.
Okay, hi. Hi everyone. I'm Yeming, and you can also call me Nathan if you wish. And then so for my I open my
Yeah, I just want to update this. Sorry, yeah. All right, okay, go.
okay. I forget what I wrote, so I open
It's on the share screen, so you can see from there.
okay. Yeah, so yeah, and I for the 3 point that I write, I have go to the China for bakery training like for almost 2 years, and because this is my father job, so I just go to learn for it because I have like that lah. So and then the second one is like I meet I meet like 1,000 and more friends, and when I play a game like 3 years, like on a online game, yeah, a phone game, yeah. So the third one is that I learning French because I want to bring my family to Europe country. Yeah, this is my 3 point.
Okay, all right. The second point again, Yeming, you were saying what? When I play game like 3 years, this that
Yeah.
means for the past 3 years, is it?
Yeah, past 2 years I'm a gamer because I love games, so I play the game and I meet like 1,000 and more fans.
I see. Okay, all right. So everyone can start voting. Which one do you think is a wish by Nathan that he will want, and the other two are basically truths about him. So Nathan, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Malaysia, Selangor.
Where in Selangor? Selangor very big, eh?
Cheras.
In Cheras. You were born and you were raised in Cheras?
No, I born in Seremban, and my mother like bring me to Cheras and study and all, so I stay in Cheras.
Okay, so you grew up pretty much as someone from Cheras lah.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, all right. The numbers are getting lesser. There's only 10 of you voting. Where's the rest of you? Are you even there? 29 of you in the call now. Oh, some of you have decided to join us after 45 minutes. And even after I mentioned that, no one else is voting. Hello. Where's everyone else? Okay, all right. So Yuanming, the third statement looks like it's the majority. So which one is the dream here?
Yeah, the third one actually, because I still learning about the language fans, because I I really want to bring my parents to the Europe country, so I still learning the language. Yeah, this is for my dream.
But this statement was supposed to be a wish that you wish you would want to do. Is it something that you're already doing actually?
Yeah, I already doing. I
Oh,
already
okay, right.
start learning, but not the perfect, because still start learning, but cannot go through yet. Yeah.
Understood. However, if this is something you're already doing, then it's not really considered a dream or a wish, because it's something that you are already doing. But anyway, no worries. The second one. So this 1,000 friends, do you keep in touch with them? Are you always in contact with them?
No, but I think I got like 200. I keep contact on it, like 200 and past friend. Then I got keep contact on it. But other is like, because I don't know them much, so I don't contact. I also be
Yeah.
a fan lah.
I see. Yeah, I'm very sure. For example, on Facebook, I have about 4,000 over friends, but I think I only talk to about 200 of them or 300 of them. But anyway, all these friends, are they on different gaming platforms, or they're all similar games? And
Similar platform, but on other country, like, because this game is uh mobile game, and they offer like a lot, like China and Malaysia and also many country will pay their game. So I think they got many country people.
What game, sorry?
Like it's a Mandarin game. It's called like Arena of but I don't know English how to say that, but it's a
Okay,
Mandarin
all
game.
right. So it's an arena or something. Maybe you can share it in the chat after this and you can just mention it. What's the first one about?
Yeah, the first one is like because my father is a like how to say that
Baker.
a bakery. Yeah, that my father bake cake and then bake so many things and then yeah it's Wang Zerong, yeah. Yeah.
But okay, so so I'm assuming your dad is running a shop now. He's running his own place.
Yeah, no, my father is a cook teacher. They teach they teach everyone to bake 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 cake and then some more like croissant something. So I just because when I graduate in the secondary school, so I am
Okay.
free. So I just go through to learn with my father. At, at,
I
at that.
see. But now you're doing your foundation. So the intention
Yeah.
is to go for the bakery, or you're going to proceed and to study something else?
Because bakery is my interest, so I think I just I just go like how to say like I just it is as a learning now, but I think learning is important for life because everyone need to keep learning. So I just go through my foundation first and then as a interest I can bakery in myself in my house. Yeah.
All right, very good, very good. I respect the part of how you know that this is something that is part of your interest and you want to grow it as well. All right,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Nathan.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, VN, are you there? Last but not least, for today at least. Hoping to cover more as we go.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear and see you. So introduce yourself and quickly run through yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liang Vian. I'm from Malaysia. These are my 3 statements. I have participated in 5 km marathon in school. I visited haunted house in my school with my friends. And I have traveled to Japan to see cherry blossom.
Okay, all right. I'm not sure if for those of you who have written, on this line, interestingly, everyone's dream and wish is always the third one. I wonder if VN's one is also the third one. But everyone can start voting, and I can see a lot of you are voting the third one as well. Okay, yeah, because it does look to me that the third one is her wish and dream as well. I have my suspicions as well. All right, anyway, so VN, which one is the dream? 10 of you, 10 of your more than
Yes,
10.
the third one.
Okay, all right. Why you would like to go and see the cherry blossom?
Because I see the photos, it's very beautiful. In Malaysia, you rarely see a lot of trees like this. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So go all the way to Japan just to see that tree.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you participated in a school marathon. What was this? What was this about?
This is compulsory marathon. Almost all the school have held this event.
Okay.
To be honest, I suppose I plan to not participate in this marathon, but because the teacher will take attendance, I was forced to attend.
And it sounds like you didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah. I just walked all the way.
You just walk all the way. I see. All right. So can I ask you then, what do you like doing? What do you enjoy doing then?
Playing games.
These are what games? What kind of games?
Some games like jamming playing.
So
5v5.
PC, mobile, console, or
Mobile.
mobile mainly. I see. Okay, all right. So I think you all have to understand. When you all speak to your lecturers, right? We all come from a generation when people say play games, right? It can mean a lot of things. Play games can be playing board games. I'm quite sure some of you are into board games and card games as well. You know, there's a lot of those and different areas around. So that's why we're always clarifying. Was your second statement anything special about it? So you have just visited. It sounds like you didn't organize it. You just went as a participant, is it?
This was supposed to be a carnival. Got sell food and haunted house like that. And this is hospital team, the one I visited.
I see. All right. Was it good?
I become a midfield for my friend all the way.
So you still didn't answer my question. Was it good for you?
Good, I guess.
Okay. Were you scared or not? No.
Of course.
Okay. All right. I think that's it. Thank you, Vian.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. So the next thing that I just wanted to do. All right, so right after this, when all of you are looking at in the channel that we are in currently, there's something I want you to do, but before you do it, I just want to speak about some interesting and useful website, right? So can I see a show of hands from everyone in class? Anyone has used this platform before? It's called GoGet, goget.my. Have you used GoGet before?
I've only visited it before, sir.
Oh, okay, all right. So can I see a show of hands? How many of you are looking at this and it's the first time you hear about GoGet? Can I see a show of hands? This is the first time you are hearing about GoGet. Is that most of you? No, looks like about a majority of you, only about half. About half, because it looks like the other half of the class knows what this is. Oh, interestingly, Aaron knows, Bani knows, Alam knows, Ishwar knows, Jamil knows. This is the time for me to point out, to draw out people, because just to check whether you are here. Okay, anyway, so now why GoGet is interesting is that, of course, it's not your typical, thank you, you can lower your hands, yeah. It's not your typical Grab food or basically Food Panda or Shopee food or so whatsoever, which are all very focused, obviously, on food, yeah. To be fair, Grab, of course, has other services as well, and it's not just for food. It can be Grab Mart, it can be Grab Car, and so on and so forth, right? But what GoGet does more than the rest of them is that their services extend other than just for delivery. Yeah, their services extend across other areas. So as you can see, platforms uses them, right, to basically find people and to hire for hiring purposes. For home and life, as you can see, set up and clean up. You can hire extra help if you have experience in terms of different platforms that puts up like freelancing jobs and so on and so forth. GoGet is also part of it, includes that in as well, right? So they have different communities that you can join, and then you can basically gain more ideas about different types of services basically there, right? So to make it simple, nice and short as well, is that you can get them to almost do anything you want, right? For example, if I just want them to go and line up, if I know that for dinner tonight there is this restaurant that is really popular, but I need to line up there for at least half an hour to an hour before I can get my place in, I can actually hire someone here from GoGet. Yeah, I can just tell them where to go. I can tell them what time to go. When you're hiring them, it's hiring by the hour, right? So the longer you want them to stay there, of course, you would just basically need to pay for it. And I think that is a very fair transaction that needs to happen, right? So I can pay someone to then go and get this task done for me, this errand for me, where they go and stand in line for the next half an hour or an hour. By the time I reach there, I park my car. If they are almost at the front of the line, I just join in and I go straight into the restaurant, right? So it's not just limited towards you getting them to go and pick up something and then send it to you, or you want them to pick something from you and send it to someone else. So it does go more than that, right? And one thing that GoGetter has been going into is that they are also looking for a lot of these people. Now, you can't just be a part-timer. So as I just highlighted to you, I can put up a job to say that I want someone to go and queue up at this restaurant at 5:30 p.m. because I'm going to be there by 6:30 p.m., for example, right? Once I put this job up, right, the job is created. Anyone who is registered there as a go-getter, as a part-timer, can just say that, okay, I'm taking up this job, and this is the amount that will be paid and whatsoever, of course, that you are agreeing, that you will be agreeable to, and you can just take up the job and you can then just move on straight into doing it, right? So of course, the people who want certain jobs to be done, you can put in a tip, you can increase your tip so that there will be more go-getters that can actually get it from you, to basically take up your job instead of anyone else. Yeah. So it is quite interesting as a concept. I find it useful and interesting because from time to time I get to see what's going on this platform, which companies are involved, especially when you see more and more companies are involved, you know that they are doing well, you know that they are relevant, and you know that they can be, they can basically cater to a lot of different types of needs. All right. There's a lot of other resources here on the site itself. You can check that out. The second website I just wanted to talk about. Unfortunately, I just found out today. I haven't checked on them. I haven't checked on them quite recently as much. But I just found out today that they are no more around. I think they are closed down. But I felt the idea of the company is really awesome. But to be fair, because of COVID, because of the pandemic, there's not a lot of people who are traveling anymore. It only makes sense that they are heavily being affected and they're not around anymore. Yeah. So again, before I ask you to raise your hands, I see someone's hand is still raised and it's not put down yet, which is Kai Feng. So you can lower your hands first before I ask this question. All right. Okay. So raise your hands for those of you who have not heard of Jetspree. Considering that they're not around anymore as well, yeah. But they are not around, as far as I'm aware of, they're not around only recently. So as you can see, they were still around about a year plus ago. Okay, so there's about half of you, slightly more than half of you who have not heard of Jetspree. Thank you. You can lower your hands. So Jetspree to me is an interesting, again, application or website as well, simply because what they do is their business model at the end of the day. Let me just show you a quick description about their. Jetspree is a global cross-border shopping platform. Yeah, we help buyers get products they want from anywhere around the world. So it works something similar to GoGet just now, whereby someone puts up a request and someone else will then match it to say that, okay, I will do that for you. So what they say here is that you simply make a request on Jetspree and we will match your request to a traveler who will help get what you want and what you need. All right. So my most popular example will always like to talk about, I think even the product is here earlier, if I'm not mistaken, I saw it. Oh, no, it's not. So it can be some limited edition stuff. It can be something that is available particularly in certain countries, right? The last time I remember, I remember seeing a lot of KitKat around here. Like there's a lot of limited edition KitKat, right? And those will only exist in certain countries. Even here, you are in Malaysia, you can't simply just buy something that you want that easily online. So what you can do is that you can go to Jetspree, right? And you can post it up and to say that I'm looking for this specific KitKat, limited edition KitKat from Japan, for example. Yeah, someone who is traveling back from Japan will see the request and will basically decide whether they want to take up the request or not. If they say yes, they will buy the item from the airport in Japan or anywhere in Japan, basically. They bring it back to Malaysia. They basically just drop it off in the airport. So at the airport, Jetspree has their own booth and representative there. You just drop it there and then you get paid and then you move on. Jetspree will then find a way to get this item to be delivered to you because you are the one who requested for it and you want this chocolate from Japan and stuff and so on. Yeah, but you can imagine the possibilities of it because then there are so many things that you can do with it, right? So obviously there can be limited edition stuff. You see more of it here, as you can see here, right? December 3rd, which is not too long ago. Starbucks Japan holiday collection, Christmas, blah, blah, blah. So this is something you can't just easily buy online here in Malaysia at least, right? So what they do is that I feel that it is quite interesting to then see things like that. So if you know about something, about a certain product that only exists within the country and is not internationally available, this seemed to be the platform to go to for you to then obtain that. Yeah. The next 10 minutes, I just want to give you time to then post, right? Where are you supposed to post it? You're supposed to post it in this channel. Yeah. You're supposed to post within this channel that we are in now, which is the channel that we have this meeting now. Just type a new conversation and post a useful / interesting website. I've shown you two now, right? I think you probably get the idea. It can be a business, it can be a website that provides you relevant information, it can be an e-commerce site. I totally leave it to you, right? There is no particular theme about it. Yeah. I know the two that I showed you probably is more on the e-commerce end of it, but it doesn't need to be only e-commerce. It can be something other than that. Now, before you start posting, please remember to not post things which are too common. I do not want to see everyone going here, oh, shopee.com.my. Shopee is a very popular e-commerce. To me, that is you not putting any effort at all. Yeah. The ones which are very popular and known now, let's skip those. Let's go towards those that you know of. They are unique, they are interesting, they are useful, and it's useful to know for the rest of you in class as well. All right, okay. So I think I just saw Saad. I'm seeing Samuel's message now to say that I thought of becoming a go-getter just a few weeks ago. Oh, all right, interesting. Do tell me that your experience once you're a go-getter, yeah? So I'm just sharing the link now since Saad mentioned about it. I think JetSpree is slowly coming back because I just realized their latest post is actually December 2nd, 2021. Yeah, so I think they're slowly coming back. They relied a lot on travelers to then get all these items before. Yeah. So that's why they were definitely badly affected because then there's almost no flights going in and out, or there's very minimal flights at least. All right. So what I want you to do in the next 10 minutes is to identify, find a website, find website. It has to be a website at the end of the day. Yeah. If the website then brings you to a mobile application or whatsoever, no problem. Like GoGet has their own application as well, but they have a representation on their website. So you can share it there. Once you post it into Teams, oh wow, it's already coming in. Sadar has one here, Uzma has one here. So you can start putting, and I see things which are similar now. I wonder what Sardar is doing. And you guys can't even wait until I stop talking before you start doing this. So anyway, and post it here. If it's possible, do leave a one-liner or a two-liner to explain what it is. Yeah. Like for example, if Sardar and Uzma has just done this, I have no idea what they are, right? Unless I can look down here and try reading off it and so on and so forth. But then it's good for you to put in a one-liner, a sentence to then just briefly talk about it on what is it about. Right? I'm also doing this so that I don't end up seeing something here that that is posted that is not officially from you and stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So I'll give you the next. I think 5 minutes will be more than enough. Yeah. And we will meet in no. Okay, hold on. I'll give 10 in case because I know some of you will then need to then go and find out. All right, my timer has started and I'll see all of you in 10. Please post it there, yeah. Most of you have seen where it was being posted earlier. Some of your classmates are already posting it, so you can just continue it from there. See you guys in a bit. All right. Welcome back, everyone. If you can hear me and see me, do raise your hands. Okay, all right, awesome. Thank you. Can lower your hands. So first one's first, Sardar, you go first. Some of you are posting it in the call. Anyway, Sardar, what's this about?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Yep.
Sir, it's app website and it's so complete. They produce their own series and anime and movies too, and they also take from other like other stations too, and they upload it on their website and on their app. And if you like first download it their app, you can and get the a free 1 month trial for it. So there are some VIP, there are some content which is like log. So when you have the VIP access, so you can get it. So for that, give for first 1 month trial, 30 days trial.
Okay, all right. In terms of the content, what kind of content does it have?
So it have lots of content like it has anime of many of many genres. They have series. The most of them they focuses on the idol ones, the based on history ones, and the love stories, and there are movies of many kinds, and they are also a company which they also produces their own content too.
I see. It looks like it's predominantly Asian, is it?
Yes, sir.
Asian content. Okay, all right. All right then. Thank you, Sardar. Uzma, what's this about?
Can you hear me, say?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So this website, I found out about this website back in high school. Our teacher introduced it to us, where basically you're gonna take a like over there, you're gonna take a bunch of questions, and these questions would help you find what type of career matches your personality the most, sort of. The questions are very dynamic. There are lots of questions that you have to answer. It takes about like 30 minutes, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
And at the end, they give you like a report of how your personality trait is, how would it be like in different settings, in office settings, in engineering settings, what are your strengths, what careers you should avoid, and all of that.
How accurate is this?
Uh, um, I'm gonna say from like a scale of 1 to 10, it's like maybe a 7. It's accurate in terms of like figuring out your personality, and it helped the majority of us, me and my friends back in high school, of what we want to take in uni, like what type of course we want to take based on the degrees and the careers that we were matched to taking the test. Then in those terms, it's somewhat accurate.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. Okay. They do mention something about an annual subscription here, but in general, for you to just complete that
The test,
survey.
it's for free.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interestingly, because there's one part of them that they cover not just the career matches, but degree
Degree
matches.
matches too, yeah. That's why I said it was helpful for us to find the courses that we want to take in uni.
Okay, all right, good. And for foundation students, I think this is something very useful as well. Thank you, Uzma.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, Jamil.
Good morning, people.
Yeah, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this website is Apple offers jobs where you can make money from home. It's like you can advise them on how to improve their products or give them more ideas.
to give them more ideas.
Mm.
Have you tried it?
No, but I had seen a video of it somewhere, and people were giving feedback that it really works.
I see. Have you any idea if they are being paid to do all this?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I see. All right. The benefits would be health and wellness coverage, Apple stock discount, employee pricing on Apple products. I think they're not being paid by it, but they're given all these perks and benefits anyway. Charitable contribution matching. All right. Okay.
I read somewhere that they pay you per hour.
Oh, I see. All right then. Okay. So those of you who are interested, maybe this is another pathway for you to get into Apple if you want to. Thank you, Jamil.
Okay.
Nathan. First question will be, Nathan, have you tried this before or not?
Yes, I got because this website I found from YouTube. So because they offer a lot of self learning about the thing, and then the knowledge, the basic knowledge. But if you need to go through all, then they got a charge on that. But I see a lot that their learning basic learning material is all good. So I choose this one.
How's the so not everything is free, right?
Yeah, not everything is free, but the basic knowledge is free. When you need to go through it more, then they only charge you.
I see. All right. Yeah, because they have quite some which are quite extensive as well. Like you see, there's a full stack developer, DevOps engineer, a lot of technical ones as well. But I
Yeah.
think mostly is the technical ones which are here by the looks of it. What kind of courses did you go through here?
IoT.
IoT, I see.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Excel. And as usual, the first question will be, did you use this platform?
Yes.
I see. Do you own anything?
Yes.
I see. How are they doing now?
Good.
Good,
Profit.
profitable at this point.
Yes.
I see. All right. So why would you encourage more and more people to get in here?
You can discover something interested at here.
Such as?
The latest project for AR project.
What kind? When you mention AR projects, so are those the kind of products? Are those the kind of NFTs that you have here? Is it?
Yes.
I see. All right. All right. Okay. I think OpenSea is definitely one of the main NFT marketplaces which are available today. So again, for those of you who may be interested, then you can dive right in. So thank you, Excel.
Okay.
Tina.
Yes, sir. So the website is simply like to help students like find part-time jobs. In case you want to get a part-time job, you can just go to that website, and then you can see all the company names, like what store you want to work in, if it's like a retail or a restaurant or something like that. You can write, and then the location too, like you can put within your area, and then it will bring all the like the restaurants and the retail stores that are offering jobs, and then it will give you a full job description, what they want from the person they want to hire, and then the time. So if you're interested in one that is maybe next to you or some, so you just click, and then you can talk to them, and then they'll give you an interview. Then you will just go on the day of the interview to that place, and then you will see like you get the job.
I see. Have you used it before?
I haven't used it, but a local friend of mine uses it.
I see. Okay. All right. So I think this is
Yeah.
yet another career-related platform. Thank you, Dina.
You're welcome.
And I think I saw someone else was also doing career-related, but yeah. Whose is this? Oh, I didn't see. Ziyi. Brian. So what's this about? And Brian has left the building. Okay, all right. I will stop here. We will continue from Brian onwards and to see what everyone else did. But we will come back to that anyway. Yeah. All right. Let's just go straight to this. So I'm quite sure all of you are aware that there is no class next week because next Tuesday is a public holiday. Yeah. So next week's weekly task, I will be briefing it during the class lecture instead. So just to let you all know in advance that next week will be a public holiday. Yeah. All right. Oh, looks like it's not working. Let me just adjust the timing. So Jamil is asking what's the holiday for. So next week's holiday is for Thaipusam. It's a cultural festivity. You may want to just search online to find out more of it if you're interested to find out what is it about. Let me change this to 8:45. Okay. All right. Okay, awesome. So we're done. Thank you very much, everyone. I will see you on Thursday for your lecture.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. So evidently Brian is missing. Is Brian still here? Anyone in the call can find out where is Brian and what happened to him?
Oh, sir, I'm back. I went to the washroom.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. You have very excellent timing to go to the washroom until the end of class. All right. Done. Thank you. Take care, everyone. See you on Thursday. Bye.